Hello! It's nice to have you on board. We're the only mussel tour in Australia.
Have you eaten raw mussel before?
Cheers, guys. It's so good.
Next stop will be that little island. Oh, look next to you on the left. Here we go. And you can see there's 40 seals in the water at the moment.
Hi!
Hi, Chef Anis. Welcome to Terra Queenscliff.
That's really good. This I love. I'm just gonna eat now and tell the crew to just stop making me work.
Is this you?
You only live once.
I like to get younger, actually.
Oh, that was so good. The best.
Hello, how you going?
Hi, chef. Lean in. I love that.
Journey with me, Nabilah, as I explore the heavenly and incredible sights and sounds of Melbourne, Victoria. It's every bit different. A journey through Melbourne, Victoria with Nabilah. I can't wait to get a front row seat to soak in the breathtaking scenery of the beautifully restored 40-year-old Huon pine vessel and learn all the intricacies of mussel and oyster farming.
Hello!
Hi, Anise.
Hi! How's it going, Connie?
Good, nice to have you on board.
Hi, Lance.
Hi, Anise.
How you doing?
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise.
Lance will be able to show you all sorts of wonderful things about our Port Arlington mussels today.
Perfect.
We'll be heading out onto the bay, pulling the mussels out of the water. You'll be able to pick your own lunch today.
Ooh.
We'll be cooking up some things, sharing some local produce and tasting Lance's amazing Angazi oysters.
Oh, lovely. Shall we?
Yes,
Let's
do
go.
it.
An intimate voyage begins with the sea whispering the ancient tales of mussels and sustainable harvests.
Tell me a little bit more on the tour itself.
Some people come on here because they love mussels or they love seafood. Some people come on here because they're visiting the Bellerine region, and we're quite a unique product. We're the only mussel tour in Australia. It's a 3-hour tour. You come on, you get greeted by Lance and the team. You have some drinks, you have some local produce, and right now we're cruising out to Lance's mussel farms.
Okay.
Well, under these water, we also have Lance's local Angazi oysters. So these are native to Port Phillip Bay, and this tour is the only place that you can get them. So he doesn't have them commercially anywhere. They're just for this tour, which is very special.
I'm excited to try that. I love oysters. I'm so happy that I came with an empty stomach.
Good.
Because you have so many things that I love.
I've stepped into Lance's kitchen and ready to get my knowledge and a bit of taste of Anglesea's local oysters.
We just have a few here for you to try today. They're a unique oyster. They taste quite different to a Pacific oyster. Because we're in Port Phillip Bay, they'll taste uniquely different from any other oyster as well, just because of the water they're growing in.
Okay.
The oysters at the moment, they're going through their breeding season at the moment. So that one there's still quite plump.
Wow,
But
lovely.
some of them aren't. Some of them are a bit thin.
It's so good. It does taste a little bit different. I can taste the iron taste.
Yeah.
But also the sweetness and sort of like the richness, the butter.
They're quite a
butter
complex
taste.
flavour.
Yeah. Apart from trying to regrow the oysters, you are also helping to rebuild the reef.
There's a combination of things that they've done. They've money spent by the government as well, where they put down concrete weights that help create a reef, and then you pour the baby oysters over the top, and then they will attract other oysters, and then the oysters keep growing on top of other oysters, and gradually those reefs get bigger and bigger, and then that attracts many other species of fish and stuff. So which is what we'll see when we lift our mussel farm up. It helps create a really diverse ecosystem.
Yeah.
Not only do we take nutrients out of the water and keep the bay healthy, we also take carbon out of the atmosphere and turn it into mussel shell. And that mussel shell locks up carbon for millions of years.
So you're not just trying to regrow this species, but you're also giving back to the ocean and helping the ecosystem.
Yes.
One thing that I appreciate is everyone's enthusiasm to teach me the best way to enjoy these mussels.
something that called mussels Kilpatrick.
Okay.
Now, in Australia, oysters Kilpatrick is a really famous thing.
Okay.
A very 70s sort of dish, you
Okay.
know, with cheese and a sauce made from Worcestershire and Tabasco and tomato and
Ooh.
barbecue and a little bit of bacon if you wish. Otherwise, you can have it without bacon as well. But we are mixing that up and doing mussels Kilpatrick.
Ooh.
So, really easy. Just some fresh water in here.
Okay.
Just a bit, because we're just going to get the steaming
Steam,
process.
yep.
Lid on, over to our trusty, excuse me, for 1 minute. We're going to put that on a high heat.
Okay.
And then we've got some iced water over here.
Okay.
So once we start to see some opening up, we'll put the open ones into the ice water.
Okay.
Stop it
So
cooking.
stop the cooking. Yeah.
Because we don't want to overcook them. Because
Yeah.
once we have them, we'll put them out on a tray and then we'll put our toppings on and then we'll put them back in the oven on
Ooh.
220 for 5 minutes, just to heat up those toppings. I'll do a few with bacon and a few without. This is our sauce.
Mmm.
Smells like barbecue, smells like Worcestershire.
Yeah.
That is a magnificent mussel.
That is beautiful.
That
isn't
is
it?
a really good product. Lance will be really happy with that. And they go.
All right. 5 minutes.
ready.
Look at that. Oh, that looks gorgeous.
Sizzle, smell it. too.
Stunning. Ah, perfect.
This half shell method, you can pre-prepare these 3 days ahead.
Yeah.
And then make whatever topping that you prefer to have on.
Yeah,
There you
let's
go.
have some Australian Kilpatrick sauce on mussels. Tastes different.
Well-
you know, the first bite, I felt like in the texture and the taste, the creaminess, like a good French omelette. Yeah, I might finish this whole plate before we go and pick some mussels, farm some mussels.
All right, let's do it.
Thank you.
Every year, Lance grows mussels using 250 kilometers of rope, getting him about 1,200 tons of mussels.
There's a stunt line there.
Okay.
It's grown from there
Okay.
to here since
Okay.
December last year. So I'll just grab a few. And now I'll take them down the back.
Okay.
Come down the back and we'll
Yeah.
wash them up. What our big machines do, we strip them off on the ropes and they go into big hoppers and then a machine turns around and pulls all the mussels apart like this.
Okay.
I'll give these a quick wash
Yep.
and then we'll have a look and see what they're like inside.
Wow.
There you are, that's good enough.
Gorgeous. They're really big.
Have you eaten raw mussel before?
Yes, I have actually.
So I'd like you to taste these because it's always special when you have something straight out of the water.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers, guys.
It's very sweet. It's a really fresh, unique flavour. But are you getting a bitter taste at the back of the mouth? Some people do, some
Slightly
people
bitter.
don't. Yeah, at the back.
Like the back.
Yeah.
Connie is continuing to spoil me with an exclusive taste of scallops from Lance's new method of farming.
You know, the scallops are native to this bay as well.
Oh, wow.
So we thought we'd try out some of these because these are not yet ready for the public. So you're
Okay.
very lucky.
Lovely. Thank you so
Pleasure.
much for allowing me to try these. How lucky am I?
Good.
So
A
good.
little bit of that smoked salt as well that we used earlier on. So that's a local product as well. So it just lifts that a little bit.
It's so
Yeah.
good. It's so creamy.
It has been a treat to see with my own eyes how Lance and his Sea Bounty team cultivate these mussels with so much passion.
Thank you so much for taking me on the tour. I learned so much from the both of you. It's been such a wonderful morning.
Well, thank you for coming down and seeing us here. We're really pleased to have you. It was lovely to meet you.
I will come back. Thank you so much again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Anis.
Connie. Lovely seeing you guys. I'll grab a few more raspberries and I shall leave.
All right, enjoy the rest of the Bellerine.
Thank you.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I did pick up some more raspberries because they're good.
I am now ready for some magic in the sea on the See All Dolphin Swims experience, where I will be able to see magnificent dolphins play around in their natural habitat.
Hello there.
Hey, how's it
How
going?
are you? Anis, lovely meeting you. Oh,
If you need.
yes, please. Thank you. Perfect. Woo.
You get ready to go?
Yeah, how's the water today?
Perfect. Sunshine, blue
Lovely.
skies,
Yes, the sun.
dolphins and seals everywhere.
As I stepped onto the boat, my hair blowing in the wind and the warm sun kissing my skin, I can't help but smile in anticipation of what lies ahead. The ocean stretches out before me, promising a visual of dancing dolphins that I have always wanted to see.
Oh, look next to you on the left. Here we go.
Hi! Hi!
So the species of dolphin we've got here are a bottlenose dolphin. They're an inshore species of bottlenose dolphin. Typically speaking, you can find pods of up to about 25 or so animals. The animals we've got in front of us at the moment, this is a nursery group, so you can see there's mums and calves. It looks like they haven't given birth yet. We are expecting some of these mums to give birth in the coming weeks. Quite common to get calves out here in about December. So he's caught a big snapper. He comes up and his buddies are going to try to take it off him.
So they're only here for the snapper?
They're here for the snapper.
Okay.
They start off feeding on the calamari, then they move in here to start eating snapper as the snapper migrate through.
Okay.
Yeah, and we get about 2-3 weeks where it's just crazy. Yeah. So next stop will be that little island. See that little island just ahead of us? We'll head over there. We'll get close to seabirds, get some seals. You would have got a little bit of seal footage just then too.
I'm lucky enough to get to see an Australasian gannet breeding colony and how important the conservation of these magnificent birds is.
This is the first place they ever nested on a man-made structure.
Okay.
And all of the eggs have hatched and there's quite a few little fluffy chicks up there
Yeah.
at the moment. This is their first stage and they're about 3 weeks old, most of them. So the site, those cameras, so there's a camera above the water, can you see on the top of the pole?
Yeah.
There's also a camera underneath the water. So these birds, they're what we call an indicator species. So they're an apex predator. They're at the top of the food chain.
Okay.
And because of that, understanding the health, you know, how many chicks make it to adulthood and so forth, there's a direct correlation between that and the health of our fish stock. So the more of these that become adults, the government goes, okay, fantastic. That means we've got, you know, a healthy bay, lots of fish in the ocean. This is pretty much one of the only spots in the world where you can actually get this close to them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this, my operation, I run the dolphin swim business, but I set up a not-for-profit in 2019.
Okay.
And the purpose was to improve the health of the ocean. So we've taken on this research station through the not-for-profit, and it's actually paid for by the participants that come out on the boat on the dolphin swim business. Yeah, so we have an environmental levy, and that is $20 from every fare goes back to support different marine conservation projects, and this is one of them. So we're going to get over to this next spot. Potentially could be 100 seals.
Okay.
We then attempt to get very close to the spot where the seals play, and immediately I am greeted by a chorus of their beautiful voices.
Young ones here at the moment, but predominantly the larger animals are males. Females are at the breeding colonies. And what happens at the breeding colonies, the strongest men claim the best bit of beach and they become a beach master. They might have 20, 30, 40, 50 partners, so they fight very aggressively. So if you're a little bit older, weaker or smaller, you get kicked out, and all the girls want the big strong guys. So they go there and all of the older ones come here along with the young ones. But it makes for a really safe space because there's no breeding or fighting or predators. You know, we don't have any sharks out here. It's very good. And you can see there's 40 seals in the water at the moment. So this is another gannet structure. This one's called Wedge Light. So this is an old navigation marker. So now there's about 200 birds that use this as a nesting site.
Yeah.
And it's quite a hotly contested site. This time of year, it's quite common, maybe a month ago when just before they lay, you'll often see the birds battling over the best nest sites. So the best sites are the ones on the inside of the structure, the worst ones are the ones on the outside.
What are their nests made of?
poo and seaweed.
Okay.
So what you'll see, about a month ago, you'll find the male gannets flying back to the nest with seaweed in their mouth.
Okay.
They'll drop that seaweed off with their partner, and if she likes it, then she'll do a poo on it and a dance.
Okay.
If she doesn't like it, she'll just try to claw out his eyes or drown him or something.
How long does it take for the eggs to hatch?
About 60 days. We had an event last year where there were hurricane force winds and massive seas washed over, pretty much wiped out the whole colony.
Oh.
But what was incredible was only a month or so after that, everyone was sitting back on eggs, so the whole colony relayed.
Wow.
And they had a really strong brood. So whilst they only lay one egg, if there is an event like that, they've shown a lot of resilience, so they are able to relay. And then, as I said, because of the amount of fish that we've still got in this part of the sea, there's enough here to support them, which is great.
Oh, wow.
As my Sea All Dolphins swim experience ends, I'm truly grateful that I've witnessed the magic of the ocean and its creatures simply coexist in perfect balance. It's really inspiring to see the team at Sea All Dolphins swim work hard to sustain life on our planet. Majestic views, pristine waters, and innovative culinary creations await me at the restaurant Terra Queenscliff. I'm looking forward to really enjoying a beachfront dining experience like no other.
Hi, Chef Anis. Welcome to Terra Queenscliff.
Thank you so much.
How's your day been?
Good, good.
Good.
I'm actually getting a little hungry.
Oh, it was the right place to be. So
I'm so excited.
this is Chef
how are you?
Michael, our executive chef.
Welcome. Thank you for
Lovely
coming.
meeting you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for having me.
Pleasure.
I heard amazing things about your restaurant.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can take you on a bit of a journey today. I hope you're hungry.
I am. I'm starving.
Good, we've got a lot of food to cook, so
Fantastic.
come on
get in
in,
the
I'll show you
kitchen.
the
Do
kitchen.
it.
Let's do it.
Let's
Welcome.
do it. Thank you.
Executive Chef Michael De Magistris and Head Chef Ryan James don't waste time leading me into their kitchen to see how each dish is meticulously prepared.
Okay, so what are you making now?
This is the salt and vinegar potato chip. So potato that's literally been dehydrated, and it's just a really nice start to the meal because it sort of gets that palate. And we actually made these tree stumps ourselves, so
Oh.
they're on the property, yeah. I'll do this one, so oyster. And we're plating, replicating the sea, and obviously we've got the shells and things like that. And I've just done a really nice little dressing. This is like shallot, a bit of chive, and then the finger lime as well.
And these are the finger limes you planted.
Yeah, these are these ones,
In
yeah.
your
So,
backyard?
yeah. I just like to cover back up so then you can sort of
Little
open it up
surprise,
and
yeah.
a little surprise for yourself.
What are the sea herbs that you're using?
So they've obviously all got different sort of flavour profiles. So
Yeah.
some are more, you'll get juicy but very sort of salty coming through.
Yeah.
So we will use every different herb for a different dish that we, I guess, require.
What is this called again?
So that's called sandfire.
Sandfire.
Yeah. So very expensive if you buy it. Very expensive. And a lot of this, that's actually from my backyard. So we try and grow a lot to at home.
I'm gonna try this one as well. Oh, this is the sea succulent, right?
It's hard to pay attention to them talking about flavors and ingredients when all I want to do is bite into these amazing dishes.
That's really good. I'm just munching on
Just eat the herbs. Yeah.
these herbs. This I love.
Beautiful, isn't
So ooh, and this one.
it? Yeah.
So the team go out to forage for ingredients every morning.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you get the same things every day, or
No, we try and mix it up a lot. So we'll
Okay.
obviously have our general herbs that we will stick with, obviously because we know the balance of it and what dish it
Yeah.
works well with. But yeah, a lot of the time there'll be new things that pop up depending on the season. So it's quite cool. It's very intriguing.
that's amazing, and it keeps you creative all the time.
It does.
Is it? Yeah.
This one here is starting to slowly come together too, because as I
Okay.
said, we do a lot of house charcuterie here. So we do a lot of different styles of salamis. We probably make around about 4 to 6 different styles of salamis. From a traditional sort of fennel, we'll do like a calabrese sort of style, which has a lot of capsicum.
Yep.
Then we might do a few other ones that have the chili, a little bit of black pepper. But we don't try overcomplicate the salami too, because then otherwise it's always fighting.
Yes.
So, and then you want to eat it with all the beautiful condiments that are around. So the beautiful vegetables,
Yep.
a nice little bun, the sourdough croutons as well. And this other one is super nice. It's a healthy cracker. This one has like linseed seeds, sesame seeds, really, really good for you. So that's nice too. So we're gonna just cook these scallops too.
Okay.
So these ones are gonna go in.
Chef Michael distracts me and gets me to join him picking herbs by the beach.
Okay, so how do you tell which ones are edible and which ones aren't?
Yeah, for sure. So look, it takes a little bit of time to understand what's edible and what's not.
Yep.
A lot of trial and error.
Yep.
So I tend to like take a herb, I might take a picture.
Yep.
I've got a book at home. I sort of translate back to that. And sort of once I know that it is edible, then I might start to taste it.
Okay.
And if it's a little bit sort of bitter or something like that, I won't sort of tend to use it. So yeah, so it's a little bit of trial and error, obviously, with all the herbs. But having a book, it's very good. It sort of tells you a few things. But one in particular, you got the saltbush here. So this herb here, we tend to use it quite a lot. This one's really good when it's fried. Okay. So when you fry it, it actually tastes like, comes up like popcorn. Okay. So
can you eat this raw?
You can eat this as it is. So you can sort of, it's sort of very earthy and you get that sort of salty content as well.
Ooh, I love it. So can you use the entire bit or just the leaves on the top? Or?
Yeah, like we tend to use everything. Okay. So the leaves, as I said, we'll pick, we wash, and then the stems will dry. And sometimes it might even turn into a skewer. So we might even use it for a skewer for, a beautiful like beef skewer of some sort and then sort of done on the barbecue. So it's again got that really sort of smoky, sort of flavour. But yeah, saltbush, as I said, it's probably one of the most commonly sort of known herbs, I guess.
Shall we pick some?
Yeah, for sure. We'll pick
you gotta show me how.
Yeah, so basically you want to make sure anytime you pick a herb, you're only taking what you need. So we tend to only take what we need and then we might tend to go to another plant.
Oh, it's a bit tough, this one.
It is. We generally have scissors to do this.
How do you know which ones to pick?
So you'll just pick the nice ones. We pick the nice, bigger sort of style leaves.
How lovely it is for the chefs that they can just pop out to the beach to get fresh herbs for the dishes that they're making.
Wow, this looks really good.
So should we go back and
I'm getting hungry actually.
Let's do it.
Oh, wow. That looks perfect.
And then we just use a little bit of this is the Aura King salmon. So this is the roe. So.
Oh, beautiful.
And we love the Aura King because it's a lot bigger, as in the pearls, so a lot pop in your mouth.
Yeah.
And we do a bit of work with them as well, which is nice. And then again, just the finger lime because we have so much. So all in abundance.
I am just mesmerized at the creativity displayed by Chef Michael and Chef Ryan as they put the final touches to the dishes. They really take pride in creating culinary masterpieces with just using locally sourced produce.
Ooh, thank you, Chef Michael.
Dish.
Wow, these look amazing. I don't know where to start.
Oh no, there's a lot here, isn't there? So we'll probably start over here. This is a potato chip. And it's got like, a little salt and vinegar potato chip, so super nice, and it sort of gets the palate started. All this food is just about sharing and being in abundance. So there's no right or wrong where we start from or where we go. It's pretty much just what tickles your fancy, So we can start with the chip, have a look. And
so while we eat, why don't you tell me a little bit about the concept of Terra?
The concept is it's very simple. So we say simple things done well. We're letting the ingredients talk for themselves, utilising a lot of the local producers, but also trying to put our little bit of a spin on it too. So, trying to bring a little bit of heritage back into this. My heritage being Italian-Ukrainian. So, stories from, my grandmother to my mum, to my father, and also the team also too that I have.
Oh, that's perfect. And this, I don't expect this to taste like potato chips.
It's good, isn't it?
It looks like bread, but it's amazing.
And now I'm actually still using recipes to this day, what I've been taught from my grandmother. So the tomato dish, for instance, has my nonna's relish recipe.
Ooh.
Yeah, have a taste and see what you think. We try not to waste anything here too. So we're a restaurant too that can, not only do we preserve a lot of food, but then we also put it all back into compost. So we have this sort of one circle, coming through. But
it's so good, and I just tried it with one of the herb.
Yes, yep.
I'm not sure which one, but it's really, really good. It's quite tangy.
Yes.
And it complements the sweetness of the tomatoes.
Yeah. This one might change with herbs as well. So it might change like next week. It's all dependent on what is around and what we sort of see, you know, in the morning and you know, and what we pick and what taste. This might go with this today. So it's ever evolving and ever changing.
And you do use a lot of indigenous ingredients that you forage in your restaurant. So can you tell me a little bit more on that?
So the foraging concept first came along when I went overseas. So I got to go to Noma and sort of get that idea of you know, working within a big team, but also seeing all these, you know, beautiful herbs that, you know, we had no idea. So when I came back to Australia, I really wanted to focus heavily on, you know, finding out different herbs, but also once we started to taste these herbs and understand, you know, where they came from, but also the taste profile as well. So we have to make sure once we add it to a dish, everything is well balanced, and that's sort of what we're trying to look for. Like, I mean, look at this beautiful dish here. We've got the shells as well. You know, not only do we use the herbs, we also like to use a little bit of the land that is coming from, whether it's a little bit of log or whether it's the, you know, the abundance of those, you know, herbs that are growing to the shells too. And also that smell. We're trying to bring people to, you know, to see what we see out there and those smells in the early morning too. We're trying to bring all the senses, I guess, into this style of dining.
Yeah. Thank you so much for spending time with me.
Pleasure.
And for serving these beautiful, beautiful dishes. It was such an amazing experience watching you work in the kitchen with your staff. I love it. I feel the love and the passion.
Thank you.
And I love your stories. And yeah, it's been a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. And I'm just gonna eat now and tell the crew to just stop making me work.
That's it.
Come, let's eat together.
That's it.
After spending the day with Chef Michael and Chef Ryan at Terra, I leave feeling inspired and tantalized by all the culinary magic I've tasted. Exceptional dishes with a majestic view of the ocean. What more could one ask for? From farm to table, sea to plate, every experience I've had has truly been a celebration of the best culinary imagination
So good.
and immaculate natural bounty that Victoria has to offer. When in Victoria, see Victoria, taste Victoria, feel Victoria.
Oh, this is so beautiful.
We are a sodium chloride bicarbonate spring. It's connecting people to the plant and understanding the plants and the earth and the environment.
Welcome to Jack Rabbit and the beautiful Bellerine. Very much a family-focused cafe, beautiful food, fantastic views.
Welcome to my favourite place to have a picnic at Green Olive. We've got 27 acres of beautiful farm here.
Thank you so much for setting this up.
Cheers. You got to get in quick too. Indy, go away, come on. Indy likes to share the picnic.